Hey guys, Enzo here, and we all know in our culture gaming has been around since ever. I remember as a kid, one of the best places that I really enjoyed going to was an internet cafe. It's a place where you get to surf the internet and of course, play games. I remember it cost around 20 pesos an hour and man, those were the days. That was my gaming haven back then, but sadly, due to this whole global historical event, it ruined a lot of things, especially internet cafes. I don't know if you guys noticed, but most of them are pretty much closed already. So in commemoration of the internet cafes, I made a list of staple games that you have probably played before. So without further ado, let's go. Alright, to get things started, one genre of gaming that is very popular with us all is MOBAs. We all know that one kid in school who dropped out to be an esports athlete before it was even a thing. Hope you're doing okay, Alex, wherever you are. Anyway, the game that pretty much started it all is the OG Dota. It's a multiplayer online battle arena, or a MOBA, which started as a mod for Blizzard's famous Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos and its expansion The Frozen Throne, which is also staples as well. Who knew a mod could make one of the greatest games ever made? Without this game, there probably wouldn't have been League of Legends and heck, Mobile Legends. And right now, IceFrog was hired by Valve to lead a team to develop a standalone sequel of the game that we love, which came to be Dota 2. But with the aesthetics and heroes mainly reworked and its, gameplay and effects got pretty much HD. We all know that another popular staple genre is MMOs. And what's better than the classic Ragnarok Online? This game might seem dull and lame since it sports a classic 8-bit aesthetic. But back in the day, this game was one of the most played games all around the world. It was so popular that it even made one of the best animes ever. The game has everything from a great storyline that could rival famous RPGs like Final Fantasy to almost 50 classes as well. You can still play its spiritual successor in the name of Tree of Savior, which is completely free on Steam and retains the classic 2D aesthetic, so that's pretty much a plus for nostalgia. Am I right? So for our next game is probably one of my personal favorites due to a lot of memories of some of my friends starting fights because of this game. Yup, you guessed it, the classic tactical shooter Counter-Strike 1.6. A lot of games took inspiration from this classic. One notable game is Valorant, which is what all the edgy cuties are playing right now. I remember playing this game with a bunch of friends and a whole lot of trash talking, and man, high school was fun. Next up, we have one of the most groundbreaking games back in the day. The sequel to Diablo comes Diablo 2. It's a dungeon crawler made by Blizzard, and Diablo 2 takes place after the end of the previous game. In the world of Sanctuary in Diablo, an unnamed warrior defeated Diablo and attempted to contain the Lord of Terror's essence within his own body. Since then, the hero has become corrupted by the demon spirit, causing demons to enter the world around him and wreak havoc. With that simple summary of the game, you already know that it's going to be an epic one. But that is just the tip of the iceberg. One aspect that really made Diablo 2 a hit was its multiplayer option, or it lets you have an adventure with your friends. I know this might be common nowadays, but at that time, it was really rare to see a game that has a fantastic story and also has a co-op feature. And that is why it's a wonderful game. The game also spawned a sequel dubbed simply as Diablo 3, and it's available almost everywhere. And to add, Diablo 4 is also coming out soon. Next, we have the franchise that pretty much started the whole FPS genre. There wouldn't be Quake or Half-Life if this game never existed. Yup, it's Doom. The first time I played Doom is when I was a kid, and it really freaked me out. In the game, you get to play an unnamed space marine, commonly referred as the Doom Guy or Doom Slayer by fans. The player has to battle forces of hell consisting of demons and the undead. So yeah, that pretty much scarred me for life. Anyway, and that doesn't stop there. The game also sprouted sequels such as Doom 3 and the remake of the first game, and was released on 2016. And they also made the sequel to that, which was last year's Game of the Year snub, Doom Eternal. And next, we all know one of the best things about having a PC are RTS games. And there are just so many to choose from, like Warcraft, Generals, Red Alert, my personal favorite Warhammer Dawn of War, and the classic StarCraft. But one game that really stood out for me was Battle Realms. It stood out because of its combat system, which is a lot more unique compared to others, and its story is also very engaging, where you get to follow Kenji's journey. For our last internet cafe staple, it is more of a collection of Flash games, which are about to be extinct soon because of Adobe stopping its support with Flash, which is honestly really sad. It feels like it's an end of an era. Anyway, back in the day, there were a lot of sites where you can play games for free. To name some, you have DisneyChannel.com, where it lets you play Disney-themed games. You also have Cartoon cartoonnetwork.com as well, and you have this special site called Newgrounds, which was, you know what I'm talking about. But there is that one site I know most of us generally know, and it's Y8. It has almost every game that you could ask for, from dress-up games to really action-packed ones, and knowing an entire generation of kids won't ever get to experience these games is just, well, sad. But hey, we do have some games similar to these games, although they are now on mobile phones. So silver linings, right? Anyway, that ends our list. Leave your thoughts in the comments. What's your favorite classic PC game that you have played? Again, leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and don't forget to visit yugatech.com/gaming for more news, tips, and tricks. It's your boy Enzo, and stay safe.